The first two short videos we're about to go over here were published yesterday. First one is by Hidden Underbelly, second one is by Against the Grain. And then I'm going to cut back to one that was produced by Hidden Underbelly 6 months ago, which shows an identical craft with the classic UFO saucer shape.
Okay guys, we have this very short clip of this UFO that was sighted during this flight. So guys, let's take a look at the footage, and as usual, we'll have a real quick chat afterwards.
En la TAM nos encanta ser parte de sus celebraciones, por eso queremos felicitar a una princesa muy especial llamada Ana Sofía, quien se encuentra hoy cumpliendo años. Te deseamos muchas bendiciones y que seas muy feliz.
So guys, here's what I know about this footage. This was sighted a few days ago during a domestic flight in Colombia. Now, let's take a look at this object. And this object seems to have the classic saucer shape. And look how it's just cruising along, nonchalant. Now, it makes you wonder that being this is in Colombia, there is a high activity of these objects. Could there be some localized base? Or is this some sort of government testing? Because you got to understand, this plane has to be pretty high to be cruising, and it is above the clouds. Could a drone get this high? This has no other shape to it like a plane, a helicopter, and in my opinion, this doesn't even look like a drone. But what do you guys think? Now, before I go,
That one was by Hidden Underbelly. This one is by Against the Grain YouTube channel. Links will be in the description. And because this one does not have any audio to it, okay, it has a little bit, but it's just some weird noise over the top. I'll be talking during this short 2 or 3 minute video. This looks a lot like the spherical object that the military, the Pentagon, released video of some metallic sphere that they recorded over an active war zone. I think it was in Iraq. And it was filmed from a Reaper drone. So you can see the metadata in that video. Many of you know what I'm talking about by looking at this and hearing that description. This metallic spherical object appears to be recorded from inside of an office building or someone's residence. Because here in a moment you're going to see the reflection of the light bars inside of their house, and then you will see the window pane on the right hand side. As the person continues to pan from left to right, you'll see the window pane on the right hand side come into the field of view, and that's about where the video ends. Here in a second you'll see some light bars, wondering what the heck are those? And then once you see the window pane, you realize, oh, those are reflections of lights from inside the house or the office building that they're filming this, and they're filming it through a window. These are probably in a similar vein as the UAP dragons. Coincidentally, he titled this UFO or Cloud Driver. Well, Deadeye Customs YouTube channel, who has captured these little tiny black dot craft by the thousands, calls them cloud tenders. And these are probably in the same vein as the little black dot craft, the UAP dragons. I don't know what that was, it just glitched out. I'm curious about that. There's the light bars, those are reflections of lights inside the house. And it'll become apparent when you see the edge of the window pane. Custodian Files calls these little black dot craft UAP dragons. He has captured them by the thousands in motion. All of his videos are in motion. Deadeye Customs, all of his videos are still frames. And he too has captured them by the thousands, little black dot craft. They all seem to be exhibiting some sort of anti-gravity propulsion device, not jet-powered or rocket-powered. Anti-gravity technology. So they're all in the same family, whether they're little black dot craft or little spherical silver objects or disc-shaped metallic-looking silver objects. They're all appearing to have a type of electrogravitics, anti-gravity propulsion, and levitation, rather than aerodynamics and jet propulsion. That's the edge of the window pane. And just so people don't go, why did they cut the video early? That's why they cut the video, is because they got to the end of the window. Here's a video that's less than 2 minutes long from about 6 months ago by Hidden Underbelly that has nearly identical silver-shaped disc or saucer shape.
Okay guys, we have got this crazy piece of footage to take a look at that was captured from this pilot's plane. So guys, let's have a look at the footage and then we'll have a real quick chat afterwards. So guys, you may have noticed that the map was missing from the beginning of this video, and that is because I haven't got the exact location. The only thing I really know is that this was captured on the 4th of April 2023, and in this footage we can see this object come in and it seems to bank as if it's avoiding the plane. Now guys, I think this is an incredible close-up footage of what we are looking for, a UFO. But guys, what do you think about the footage? So until next time, stay blessed and keep safe.
This is a video that was put out today by Custodian Files. This is all leading up to something. There's a conclusion I'm coming to at the end of this video, building up towards it. He has the best images I've ever seen him produce in this video, and as it pertains to the appearance of wings on these so-called bugs to the newcomers, he's got better explanation and understanding that can be conveyed in this video. So I'm just going to let it play all the way through.
213. KA band. Ooh, we got a KA. LAPD 213. KA band. Ooh, we got a KA. Super, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert from Custodian File. I appreciate you tuning in and sharing your valuable time. Let me give you an update. Recording this October 12th. Okay, see that tree? Right behind the tree is Venice Pier. Boom, consistent. This is where these things come off the ground. You look for the chopper, they consistently come off the ground, or they're coming off of someone's roof right there. So it's over and over. So some people just, I know there's some people like, these got to be birds and bugs, but you cannot predict birds and bugs. Not in a high percentage like you can right here. I have so many videos right here at the same format. The chopper comes in, these things come off the ground at 45 degrees, and sometimes they trigger the K-band, and I have those K-band, and I have new K-band video I'm going to show you. But here we go. It's consistent, very predictable and consistent. That's the LAPD getting tagged. All right, let's go to the next video. Super, all right, we have the Coast Guard coming in, look at that. So predictable. Jetty Rocks, hot zone. Big hot zone for these UAP dragons. Why do I call them dragons? 6 years ago, I thought they were dragonflies. I just don't have a better name for them yet. 2,000 miles an hour, no sonic boom. They triggered the X and K band spectrum. That was confirmed by the Pentagon April 19, 2023. This is a picture, a viewer from, let's see, UK, Rodney. Thank you very much for sending that photo in. Please, anyone could do this. Anyone can photograph this. It's not just Marina Del Rey. When you see airplanes, helicopters, take your cell phone, record them, landscape, sideways, zoom in halfway, not too close, not too far, record for 30 seconds. You will be surprised what is flying right in front of you all over the world. Why am I doing videos here? Because for some reason, Marina Del Rey, Los Angeles is infested with these UAPs. The government is here every day. The government was, Coast Guard was here yesterday, the 11th. They spent 8 hours right here over the ocean, flying in circles. They got tagged, they triggered the K-ban. I have the video, I'm gonna post it. It's a very quiet, it's a quiet chaos. What is going on? These dragons are not leaving, the government's not leaving, so where's this going? We don't know. So I encourage people to record your own dragon videos, send them to me, custodianfile@gmail, custodianfile@gmail. I'm getting videos from all over the world constantly. I just got some new ones from Florida. Really good stuff. Just recording airliners. Really good. Chip from Florida sent that in. I appreciate that. Please, if you have any questions, just contact me. We're going to move forward to the next video. Thank you. Okay, more dragon video from Scottsdale. Anthony, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Hold your phone landscape, record helicopters, airliners, and these things will just fly by very fast. I know you're saying these got to be bugs, Robert. They just said, no, you cannot predict the flight of a bug. And again, bugs and birds do not trigger the X-band spectrum. Something is flying right in front of us. They're very small and they're invisible and they're all over the world. You can also find them on YouTube under fast movers, and I did put a link on my last video. There's some really good fast movers. People are recording them. We just don't. Fast movers is a great name. Orbs, scan, probes. Again, I call them dragons because they had to be. I agree with you. They had to be a bug. They had to be a dragonfly. It just had to be. But with better cameras and you slow things down and you enlarge them, these are anything but bugs. There was a bug expert in Denver, Miss Hamilton. She looked at the videos too. She attested these are not bugs. So what can I tell you here? Let's go to the next. Super. Now, many of you have seen this this diagram. It's a physicist in Mexico, Miguel Alcubierre. It's generally accepted now. This is the theory of warp drive. The collapsing of space in front of it pushes the object forward. I'm showing you this for a reason because I have some video very similar to this. I think you might find, here we go. These are the rods. This was from my roof camera. Taking pictures of dragons, and then I see these rods flying around. I did an interpolation. You kind of see the warp field, the Alcubierre warp field, up and down, up, down. What a coincidence, huh? It kind of makes sense. I think physics, no matter how advanced it is still simple when you explain it in a simple way. So there's an up and down motion, a yin yang, a 50-50. I think look at this other one, from my roof camera. Same concept. Fascinating stuff. This was with the IR, night vision. This is consistent. These rods, they call these rods, they've been around since the 90s. They're still around, and they seem to be associated with the dragons. That's all we know. Where you see dragons, you'll see these rods. Very consistent here. Alrighty, let's go to one other photo that I took during the daytime. Here is a screenshot of a video from 5 years ago on my street. I zoomed in on a car, accidentally recorded a dragon flying by, so I enlarged it. You can kind of see, you see the Cuban warp field, the fan-like. like you could see the Dragon fuselage in the center. So that's really what's going on. So yeah, what do we need? What do we need? We need some 8K 240 frames. I'm using a Panasonic X1000 4K 60 frames. It's getting the job done. But there are some 8K cameras out there, 240, very expensive. And not only that, I mean, I'd pay the money to rent them. I can't even find them to rent them. Just people don't let that go. So if there's some movie studio watching my videos, I'll pay you to rent your cameras. I'll get you better resolution. Somebody please get the equipment I need and I will post these videos here. But basically, you know, it's better than nothing. At least we have 4K. I mean, back 30 years ago, all we had was 380 and 480. And that wasn't very much. All right, let's go to some other interesting photos here. All right, this is a video from Ireland. Look at this. If you didn't know any better, I'd swear I was recording this from my balcony. They're just recording an airplane, just like I asked. Format, zoom in halfway, landscape, boom. You see these things fly by. Now look at this. This is kind of like a close-up. You see this dragon? You can kind of like see the center of it, like a nucleus. You can almost, if you want, you could say there's an energy field around it. Because I have the same photos. These are, I call these too close, when you can get zoomed in too close. Look at this. This is mine right here. This is when the president flew over my roof. I recorded this dragon. So everyone gets tagged. It doesn't matter who you are. The president flies over Los Angeles, they're going to get tagged. So look at this. I mean, we're looking like at the same image, the same silhouette, the same photograph, the nucleus and then the energy field. Let's go back and forth. Can we go back to just go back and forth and show this? Because this is mind-boggling. 8,000 miles away. Like I said, they're all over the world. They're just, there we go. They're all over the world. Please, everyone, just take your camera, record helicopters, airplane, do it as an experiment. Take the Dragon Challenge. Do it as an experiment. You're going to be really happy. You can start building your Dragon library, put them all in one file. It's very likely people, really big corporations will reach out to you and say, please submit your best Dragon video. These can all be pretty valuable. You know, when big corporations get involved, they don't mind paying for good quality pictures. So start now and you'll have it. You'll be fine, no problem. They'll have a website, submit your Dragon pictures, boom, download your file, you're in. It's just, sounds too simple, right? These are great pictures. These are great contenders right here. So please, like I say, keep sending your videos in to me. I'll post them, I'll get them out. I appreciate everyone getting these out here. What more can I say? Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, comment. All right, let's go to a few more videos and we'll call it an end of a day. Okay, super. Let's end the video with this here. Okay, last year on the right, Kansas City Air Show with the Thunderbirds. Right here, David captured this image. It's actually too good. Depending on your camera and the software on your camera, each camera is going to see these dragons slightly different because it's just how the data is processed. But nevertheless, this is really one of the better ones. This is just, it's technically too good. Why am I showing you that? And David, thank you very much for a really lucky photo like that. There's his IP, there's the timeline, check it out. So a couple of days ago, look at the one on the left. So a few days ago, the radar on my camera, I'm not recording, but I always leave the radar on, and it just starts firing off. It just won't stop. And I'm like, what is going on? And so I decided, okay, let's look at the roof camera. I mean, maybe something flew by, I don't know. And I look at the roof camera, it's exactly at 4:48. I look at the timeline on the roof camera, 4:48, and look what's in front of my camera on the roof. Are these things like identical or what? This is just, it's blowing my mind here. Always the same silhouette, the same shape. Oh, people want to know what those wings are. Okay. Those wings are very likely propulsion. I'm 99% sure they're running on electricity. That's what everybody wants to know. How do they fly? That's what every government in the world wants to know. How do they fly? How do they fly? They fly with electricity. The hard part is the metamaterial needed. How do you cargo millions of volts and not evaporate yourself? How do you not do that? Now that we don't have. We don't have the mega. We maybe have Gen 1 materials, but we don't have what they have. So yeah, this it's no longer really a secret. I do have a video. How do I know it's electricity? Because I have a video of them coming down 4500 Lincoln Boulevard, June 8th, 2018, cruising down some 35,000 volt lines, and boom. I mean, if you're hanging around high voltage lines, you're recharging. As simple as that. So this video, this thing, it does fly up to my roof camera and it flies away. And let me show you an image when it turns its back and it flies away. Let me show you an image of what that looks like. Super. Okay, here's the last image of the day. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment. So on that roof camera at 4:48, my radar is just going off. My roof camera did pick up a video, and this is the video of it flying away. So it really has its back toward the camera. 4K shooting, I believe, at like 20 frames. Not very fast, but enough to get some kind of a decent image. You can almost, in a way, normally it's black, but you can, in the center, you kind of can see maybe the copper tips. Because I know there's some copper under that black image. I'm very sure of that. Well, here we go. This is what's going on. It triggered the K-band so much. Like I said, I checked the roof camera, and there we go. So that will do it for today. If you like what you see, please let me know. Subscribe, tell a friend, share it with a friend. Record your own dragons and submit them to me. I appreciate your valuable time. I know time is just flying by, and thank you for sharing your time with me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
So this guy's name is Dr. Robert Shipe, I think is how you pronounce it. And I think he may be affiliated with the military and part of a soft disclosure process, kind of like Mr. MB3. You'll notice a cadence and a tone in his voice. He doesn't get hyped up or try to sensationalize the things and get you excited. He actually kind of, tries to just put it like this. I was going, what's going on? And so I looked outside, and this is from my roof cam. It's all very almost monotone in his presentation in order to acclimate people to the presence of these things. Because once you've been in the presence of something for so long and seen it so many times, you no longer consider it a threat. And when he says, get all and take the Dragon Challenge, start your own Dragon video library, eventually there'll be corporations that are willing to pay good money for these photos, and they'll set up a website, and you email them your photo, and bam, you're in, you're getting paid. I don't think that's how this is going to go. This technology will render all of the technology we're currently operating on obsolete. This type of propulsion will make the end of the petrodollar and thus the collapse of the world economy. I've said before that when it comes to plasma fire, I'm like a modern day caveman. When they first discovered fire, it led them to all of the advent of the technological advancements that we have today. Every single thing you have came in contact with fire at some point. The metal, the plastics, the processing, all of it. The combustion engine, the jet airplane, the rockets, the missiles, they're all based on tapping into the power of fire. Fire is what brought us from caveman to horseback to Hadron Collider in such a short time. There's a new kind of fire, plasma fire. And if we could harness the energy of that and apply it to the world, the same way that we have harnessed the energy of fire as we've always known it and applied it to our world and created all the technological advents that we have, it would create a whole new world. That's where this is going. So once it reaches the point where it's publicized and generally known about, to the point where corporations are willing to pay money for photos, we immediately make a quantum leap from the current age that we are in, the space age, that's been a gradual increase of technology on a graph that takes a vertical jump, exponentially catapulting us into a whole new world. So, companies paying you for photos, once it gets to that point, it's the collapse of the economy and the introduction of a technology that renders all of the technology we're currently operating on obsolete. So this is a video that I made 6 months ago when Hidden Underbelly put out the video of that UFO we just looked at, and I titled it Paradigm Shift in Process, Disclosure Through Exposure, and I somewhat kind of made a prediction that's already come true to a great degree regarding the revelations we are about to have. This was before David Grush, the whistleblower, had come out into the public, and now we're at the point where there's laws being passed in the National Defense Authorization Act for 2023. I made a video about this recently, where it says they have 300 days from the point of contact to the point where they have to disclose it to the public. And I'm not sure what the starting point of that 300 days is, from when we first passed the law, or from the start of 2023, or from the point where you guys admit to somebody in the government that you do have UFOs. But we're underway in that disclosure process. So I'm just going to let this play. It's only 11 minutes. It's got a few things in it. I was still recording from phone to phone, so at the first, the focus goes in and out a little bit. I'm now using a screen recording device. But what I really want to draw your attention to is the things that I said that are already well underway just a short 6 months later.
Okay guys, we have got this crazy piece of footage to take a look at that was captured from this pilot's plane. So guys, let's have a look at the footage and then we'll have a real quick chat afterwards. So guys, you may have noticed that the map was missing from the beginning of this video, and that is because I haven't got the exact location. The only thing I really know is that this was captured on the 4th of April 2023. And in this footage, we can see this object come in and it seems to bank as if it's avoiding the plane. Now guys, I think this is an incredible close-up footage of what we are looking for, a UFO. But guys, what do you think about the footage? So until next time, stay blessed and keep safe.
And Mr. MB3 announced in his video that he produced today that coming up in the next video, you're going to see that a man films a silver saucer in the daytime sky. It's probably a different one than the one I just showed you. In that video that he put out today, promising in his next video he's going to show you a silver saucer filmed in the daytime sky.
Original video over here on the left, I zoomed in, and you can clearly see what...
This isn't the only triangle craft that he shows in today's video. There's another one. This thing's hovering right above someone's house, and my zoom keeps freaking out. Okay, now it's locked in. My point here is that there's a big revelation coming. In the same video that he put out today, he showed a different triangle craft besides this one. So you can see that it's just hovering there above the person's house, and then it moves off to the right. Definitely a triangle craft. And in today's video, he shows you a green laser beam coming from the sky. Multiple times it projects down to the ground. He shows you the point of origin where there's a light up in the sky where it appears to be being emitted from. He shows you it reflecting off of a truck's windshield. They pan up in the sky, you see the little light dot that it just emitted from. And there was another light off to the left of that. He's telling you that there's another light off to the left of it and that he thinks that light is part of a bigger craft. This disclosure through exposure process that we're being put through is for the purpose of a big reveal, to condition you, to prepare you for what's to come, that will be the equivalent of finding out that you're on the Truman Show. So don't sweat the petty stuff. Know that you're going to look back on these days with nostalgia, like your childhood days. Green beam makes contact with the ground on this truck's windshield. See it hit the truck's windshield? Original video on the right, zoomed in on the left. Here's a look at Mr. MB3's recent videos. All of them showing UFOs. Here's one that he did 5 days ago, 20 minutes long, and it probably has 20 examples of these UFOs that he's showing you on a regular basis now. This one with these strange sounds sounds unlike anything you've ever heard. Sure, you've seen videos with people showing strange sounds coming from the sky, but nothing like what you will hear if you watch that video.
Whatever they were, I don't claim to know what these were, and neither did the viewers know what they were. They're quite loud. And here we go from Melbourne, Australia.
What the is that sound? You can hear that, right?
Yeah, what is it?
I've got no idea.
That's strange.
We're up at Bonnie Doon.
What's going on there? Like up on the hill. Anything up there?
Can't see anything, but I can certainly hear that. It's aliens.
It almost sounds like a plane. It's not a plane.
What the is that? That is weird. Oh, look, there's birds flying over there.
Wasn't
Combine those sounds with some images like these and men's hearts will fail them for fear, which is the reason that they are acclimating you in a process of disclosure through exposure. On this one, about 20 different examples in a 20-minute video, but they're not the best of. You can see UFOs in just about every one of Mr. MB3's videos. He puts 2 or 3 different UFOs in there. You can see just as many by going back through his last 20 videos as what is packed into this one. And these are not historical UFO sightings. These are all being sent to him every week and he relays them to us. Some people say, oh, I don't watch him, he's a shill. Well, then you're not really participating in and serious about the process that we're going through. The reason for this exposure is so that your hearts won't fail you for fear when it's time that you see the big reveal. I've been watching Mr. MB3 for a few years. He didn't used to show UFOs. Just 3 years ago, his sky phenomenon were not UFOs. It was sunsets and other strange sky phenomenon. And in the video that he did 5 days ago, that's 20-minute long compilation of 20 or so different UFOs, he said, I don't know if it's just that people have cameras these days, so they're more likely to see them and record them, or if it's actually an increase of these things in our skies. That's not the case, because 3 years ago, everyone had a cell phone camera, and he wasn't showing these then like he is now. The process is for your own good, in order that when the big reveal happens, you're capable of adapting to it, because survival of the fittest isn't the strongest or fastest or smartest. It's those that are most capable of adapting to change, and your whole world's about to change to a degree that nothing you've prepared for will have prepared you for the world you're about to live in. Getting up and going to work and paying the bills is not going to be your daily life in the very near future. The likes of finding out you're on the Truman Show is the degree of drastic change that your daily experience is going to have. So this is a UFO report. The fact that the government has gotten in on the act recently, saying that there might be a big mothership in the sky deploying probes. Maybe that mothership is the sun. So, pay attention to what's going on. Don't just go through the motions of life. Recognize that the motions of life that you go through right now are going to be very short-lived. And the whole world is about to change in such a drastic way that nothing that used to matter is going to matter anymore. Looking forward to Mr. MB3's video coming tomorrow, showing a man that filmed a flying saucer in the daytime sky. I'm hoping it's a different one than this. Stay tuned. When you find out you're on the Truman Show, going to work, getting money, trying to protect and preserve and prolong your life doesn't make sense anymore. It's like running around collecting stage props. Once you find out you're on the set of the Truman Show, a controlled environment where everything you've ever done has been observed and monitored and controlled, suddenly your priorities change. Discovering who you are, where you are, how you got here, what you're doing here, and what might be on the other side or the outside of here. That becomes the priority. This relates to the next video I'm going to upload that's an hour and 10 minutes long that I've already recorded. And here's some of what Mr. MB3 produced today.
Loaded with color above Mineola, Texas.
Over to New Mexico, where this was spotted in the daytime sky by Tom out of San John, New Mexico on September 25th at 7:35 p.m. When he looked up, he was looking south and noticed this. Let me pause it real quick. In the evening sky. Up there all by itself, wasn't making any sound, wasn't blinking. Some sort of what looks like a large orb in the sky, visible from his location in New Mexico, once again on the night of September 25th of 2023, just before dark. Some sort of a light pink, maybe, light orange, just difficult to tell, but it definitely wasn't an airplane. It wasn't difficult to tell it wasn't a helicopter. There were no blinking lights, and it was making no sound visible in the sky above New Mexico. Going from from New Mexico to South Carolina. This video was submitted by Rick. The first part of the video here is from Flight Radar, from his location in Belton, South Carolina. And as you can see from this screen grab right here, there are no airplanes in the vicinity of Belton, South Carolina. Here's the video footage that Rick took at the same time. Something in the sky that's white that looks like an airplane with no wings. This video was taken on September 24th of 2023, and as we saw at the beginning of the video, there were no airplanes on the radar at this time. So what was that mysterious craft above Belton, South Carolina? Going from South Carolina over to Scotland, this video was taken by Ollie on the night of September 21st of 2023, obviously at night. Notice the bright flashing light right there. He said this was not a helicopter or an airplane or a collection of helicopters and airplanes because there are multiple bright flashing lights off in the distance, and there's no communications towers over there, nothing that would make a bright flash of light like that. They made no sound. They remained, for the most part, primarily stationary. You'll see one that's farther away, like right there, just flashed off in the distance, and then there's one that's closer to his location right there, and I think there's another one somewhere in the middle. There were at least two. There's another one right there. At least two, quite possibly three of these very mysterious lights of unknown origins. These things just appeared out of nowhere in the nighttime sky. Bright flashing lights. Again, these were not helicopters or airplanes, just mysterious lights that appeared out of nowhere above Scotland on the night of September 21st. There's another bright flashing light. You're going to see another one up in here somewhere in just a second. And then right there, see it right there? That was a very bright one. I don't know how long this went on. The video that he shared with me was 1 minute and 13 seconds long, and all I did was zoom in. That was 100% unedited. Thank you, Ali. Really appreciate that. That is upper level wind shear. I want to take you guys now to the skies of Troy, Ohio. This video was submitted by Sherry, who noticed the sky looking like this on the night of September 25th. It has narration, and here we go.
It's like purple, blue, like what is in the sky in Troy? I mean, there's blue lights over there, but they ain't shining up in the sky like that. That's in the sky, and it's fading.
She said there was a blue light over there at her neighbor's house, but she said it was no way capable of producing what she was seeing up here in the sky above Troy, Ohio on the night of September 25th of 2023. Very mysterious observation, once again, made by Sherry.
I'm going to finish it off here with a little bit of house cleaning. In one of my recent videos, I talked about how I watched the Starlink satellite train disappear right over my head. Well, according to this meteorologist, it disappeared behind the Earth's shadow, and I believe that's very, very likely the case. However, to think that those are just satellites and they don't have any lights on them, they're just reflecting the sunlight, is not correct, because those flashing bright lights that Mr. MB3 just showed us, I see those almost every day. I've spoken of these before. Usually it only throws 3 or 4 flashes. While I'm looking at the sky as I take my nightly walk, I'll see a flash in my peripheral vision, look over in that direction, and it'll throw 2 or 3 more flashes separated by about 10 or 15 seconds between each one of them. I see it, I see that often enough, and I see it increasingly so more recently. But as far as the satellite train disappearing overhead, in that video, a lot of people commented they've seen the same thing. So I think there's a good chance that that is what that is that they are reflecting sunlight, and because they are up higher, they are able to reflect sunlight long after the sun has gone down from our perspective here at the ground level. You raise up in the air, you can still see the sun over the horizon. And as they pass overhead, they reach a point where, to those satellites that are way up there, the sun sets, and they're going behind the shadow of the Earth that's being cast upon them. However, that's under the precept that those are just satellites and they don't have lights on them, they're just reflecting sunlight. I know for a fact that's not the case. I see these on a regular basis. When they flash and they get dimmer and brighter and then dimmer again, and often demonstrate a conscious connection with the observer. Stay tuned. It's about to get good.